Well, just kind of sum it up under the broad category called agility. And basically, what I'm talking about there is the ability to dynamically conduct military operations and still address the cybersecurity requirements. One of the things we've started getting some data points back on is that our ability within the Department of Defense to pass inspections is getting better and better. We know how to do what you need to do to comply with security standards, to configure systems properly, et cetera. But then when you go out on a military exercise, when an organization is actually conducting an operational plan in a very realistic scenario, a lot of those things go by the wayside. And to adapt and provide the level of IT support to the commanders that's required by that particular exercise, a lot of the security requirements are ignored or just not managed in the same way they are when we're doing an inspection. Right. So how do we get to the point where we can conduct operations and still address the security requirements is definitely a challenge for us. The second aspect of agility is adapting technology more quickly. I think many of you probably have heard that as we were going first into the mobile device area, DISA worked with industry and got a commercial device through all of our tests and all of our standards, and right about that time it was pulled off of the commercial marketplace and replaced by something else. So obviously that is not going to work going forward. So coming up with the processes so that we can build the security into the commercial development process, so as new devices are brought on the marketplace, they're ready to operate in our environment on day one. Right. Is definitely a challenge. And I think we're making great progress. We've seen, again, in mobility, where industry is already changing the way they approach the development cycle and adapting a lot of our requirements and requests for improvements into their development process. So I think going forward, we won't have that happen to us again, where device is ready for us to use about the same time that's pulled off the market.
Right.
One last point, I wanted to kind of circle back to my initial comment about identity. And where we've made great progress, I think, internally, what we haven't done so well is look at external partners and look at other sources of credentials to support the sharing requirements that we have on various scenarios that we might, whether it's disaster relief or military operations. So figuring out ways to better leverage other government identity credentials, industry credentials, as well as coalition partners is a key challenge for us.
Right.